Well, this is what happens when you don't take care of your hives. They have a very beautiful nest here, and I'm not even going to mess with it to come fix anything. This is kind of where they filled in this whole box. You can see it. It's got honey all over it, where I should have brought in frames and comb. They basically made their own, and they'll do that. They'll fill a gap, and you can see I had like an open box on the top, but that's all honey. You can see it dripping now. Pretty much storage honey for the winter. But this was a hive that I had made as a queen split from taking some queen cells from one hive, putting it in here, see if they would grow out. They did. And I haven't been back here in like probably 3 months. I'm going to literally just kind of put all the bee stuff on hold. But they are doing extremely well. I think I'm going to leave this as an interesting experiment. Just to see how they do. So winter's coming. I'm not going to mess with this at all. I'll probably do is give them some outside feed, or I may come in and stick a little sugar box on the corner here so they got a little more for the winter. But I'm really curious to see how they would do by themselves. I'm going to put the top back on just the way I found it. And then honestly, this is to me going to be kind of an interesting lesson. Is all these overhead and frames and everything else really necessary? Would be a great question, because these all have them. They all have these fixed frames so I can extract the honey and all that stuff, and it's expensive, mechanical, time consuming. But I can tell you, if I had to come in and clean out that top box, that would be a really easy thing to do, because you just cut out that comb, drop it in a pail, mash it a little bit, obviously get all the bees off, right? But then you just mash it and then strain it, and the honey's done, and there's no frames involved or nothing. So this will be an interesting experiment. I'm going to leave this box alone. I still have 4 hives left living, and I'm not joking. I haven't been out here in probably almost 3 to 4 months now. I'm almost guessing 4 months. So yeah, bad beekeeper. But in some ways, to be honest with you, bees survive alone. They don't need my help. What they need is just a good ability to thrive. This place has got lots of material. There's little sunflowers everywhere. So they don't need much help. What you need to do is just not get sprayed by the farming out here. That's probably my biggest problem I keep facing, is I come out and I find that these hives have been affected by spray. And it doesn't mean the property I'm on, there's probably surrounded by 500 acres of other farming going on. And they'll forage out there, and unfortunately they come back and they get on it and they die. But this is going to be an interesting experiment. I may have to come back up and level that off a little bit because it's a little odd. Looks like the ground shifted on it a bit, but I'm going to pop a couple more open and see what's going on, see how well they've been doing. So I'm not going to take any honey out of that. I'm going to leave it, see if they make it through the winter, and then probably come in. I think the only thing I might do is actually put another box on top of it, see if they keep building out, but I may just leave it. So in the spring I'll probably put another box on top of it. But let's see how these others are doing. My whole area out here is overgrown now. Yep, they're doing pretty good. So I see some frames not filled out there.